Tiffany Trump, the youngest daughter of former President Donald Trump, may be familiar to you. She was usually smiling and composed. However, a string of personal misfortunes that have made her life more challenging are hidden behind that Instagram perfect picture. Each year has brought additional complications to Tiffany's life, from well-publicized family conflicts to strained relationships and career setbacks. Every detail builds a picture that is far more melancholy than her public demeanor suggests. So stay to the very end. Raised primarily by her mother, Marla Maples, in California, Tiffany was always on the outside of the spotlight, even if her half-siblings were the center of attention in the East Wing. She had a taste of independence from her coasting upbringing, but she also felt like an afterthought in a large family. Tiffany attempted to maintain her neutrality after her father's election victory in 2016, even going so far as to tweet that her father would be a president for all Americans. In private, though, she struggled with a conflict between her emotional distance from her father and her commitment to him. The foundation for a contradictory adult life, loyal family member yet emotionally distant, was set by that early conflict. In May 2022, Tiffany received her Georgetown law degree, with a brilliant commencement speech, valedictorian honors, and a GD from a prestigious university. It appeared to be a victory. However, a few weeks prior, her destiny at the family's real estate company was set. She would receive a legal internship at Deloitte instead of the highly sought-after position at the Trump Organization. Both media critics and Tiffany were aware of that snub. According to some insiders, Tiffany's marginal status was further cemented when it was implied that Ivanka and Donald J.R.B. did not want her in the line of succession. She politely accepted the Deloitte internship, but it hurt to hear the veiled slights from relatives and the media. Imagine working for years to establish a family name only to be overlooked. No cap and gown can conceal the wound. Then early this year, she made her musical debut with a surprise track titled Trump, a somber ballad about a broken heart. It was labeled awkward or tone-deaf by fans, who were primarily critics, who pointed out the strained vocals and cliched lyrics about shattered illusions, not because of praise, but rather because of offensive memes and cheesy GIFs. Her social media stats skyrocketed. She defended her creative risk by calling it a step towards self-expression, but the widespread criticism served as a reminder that when you have the Trump surname, public mistakes can feel unavoidably compounded. Don't assume that criticism from a billionaire family would be subdued. Online mockery turned Tiffany's musical aspirations into a tornado. Tiffany's personal life has been just as turbulent as her professional life. She fueled romance rumors with a Georgetown classmate last summer, but she was rarely spotted in public, in part because she sought seclusion after the music scandal and retreated from the cameras. After attending a couple red carpet events, she was photographed by herself with her eyes downcast behind large sunglasses. Tiffany smiled tightly and said, "I'm focusing on me right now," in response to a question about dating. That official statement concealed the truth, which is that she is balancing her law school debt, a deteriorating public image, and the constant family conflict while alternating between Florida and Washington, D.C. Friends claim that she is lonely in private settings because she is caught between a golden cage that is wealthy in brand awareness but lacking in real support. Her next significant setback came in November 2023 when her cherished dog, Bo, passed away suddenly. Tiffany posted a short Instagram story with the words, "Rest in peace, my dear friend," on a black backdrop with white writing. Heartbreak. No pictures, no long eulogy. Animal lovers around the world could relate to the unadulterated suffering. But she again held it in check. In that moment, viewers glimpsed a glimmer of vulnerability that rarely peeked through her controlled stream. Although losing a pet is a very personal experience, Tiffany's grief felt strangely alone because she had no siblings nearby and no TV cameras to record her emotions. Just a private Instagram story photo that vanished into her immaculate grid. A few seconds later, Tiffany's legal career is on hold as of early 2024 while she tries out for reality TV. According to the most recent rumors, she is in talks for a Bravo spin-off. If accurate, it would be a return to her early years, when her father's campaigns were captured on television. However, many contend that this TV pivot feels desperate, an effort to regain prominence following a series of public failures. If Tiffany's journey teaches us anything, it is that growing up under Trump does not ensure stability. Rather, it might magnify every triumph and magnify every setback. The storyline is now clear to you. A childhood overshadowed by her brothers, a dismissive attitude from the family business, a negative public response to her music, grief over the loss of her dog, and a possible reality TV detour. Tiffany Trump's life is becoming increasingly depressing, not because she is deprived of privilege, quite the contrary, but rather because those privileges have caused her to become alienated in ways that are difficult for outsiders to understand. When every move is questioned and every attempt at normalcy is transformed into a viral spectacle, it's a lonely existence. Please hit the like button and leave a comment if Tiffany's struggles resonated with you. Do you believe she will get back on her feet? Or do you think her family's shadow is too big? To ensure you never miss another story about the highs and heartbreaking lows behind the headlines, remember to subscribe and hit the bell. Until we meet again, keep in mind that even the most glamorous lives can hide profound grief.